What's up, guys? Today I'm going to show you how to achieve that choir-esque kind of sound that I did on the video I posted yesterday. I was pretty inspired by the new Blue Sky or Big Sky stuff, and so I wanted to try to achieve something like it. So if you haven't heard the video, go check that out. The link is right there. And here's what we're going to be working on today. So in those last couple of notes, you can kind of hear what's going on, kind of that choir-ish type of sound. It's not completely accurate to what's going on in the Big Sky, but you can see where we're headed. So first things first, working on the settings on the timeline. And so up front on the analog controls, the time is kind of wherever you want. I think right now it's just up around 12. The repeats are just a little after 12. The mix is pretty high because you want to be able to hear what's going on. The filter is about 3 o'clock. The grit is about 9 o'clock. Speed is probably about 10, 11-ish. And then depth is at 1 or 2. And then, of course, we're using the filter mode. And so the reason why we're using the filter mode is because we're kind of changing the cue or the filter of the sound of the repeats, and we're trying to get very little movement out of the repeats. So the parameters are: your LFO is on sine, plus sine. Your speed is about 2/3. I don't know why, it just worked out that way. Your depth only has one little marker on there. Your filter Q is at 7. The location is post. And the high pass is pretty much all the way up at 900 hertz. And then your tap divide can be whatever you want. In this case, it's just dotted. So those are my settings for that. And if you don't swell it, this is what it sounds like here. So we got a lot of that movement in there, or a little bit of that movement in there, but what we're mainly focusing on is getting that kind of sound. So when you swell it in, there's just enough movement in there so it doesn't. So it keeps things interesting, I guess, and then it has that ish kind of sound. Now, if you want to change that vowel, you can change your filter knob, and you can get all kinds of different tones out of that. Oh, sorry, hit the camera. So on to the Blue Sky. We are in normal mode, using the room reverb. And the decay is pretty much pointing at the shimmer. The mix is about 3, 4 o'clock. I put the high damp all the way up, the pre-delay all the way down, and the low damp probably about 2 o'clock-ish. So the reason why I put the high damp all the way up is to get some of those highs, since most of the highs are getting filtered out through the timeline. So with everything to get, well, here's what the blue sky sounds like just on its own. So when you put it all together, so like I said, it's not a perfect, by any means, replica of the choir mode on the big sky, but I don't know, I was inspired and wanted to try to get close and ended up with something pretty cool, I think. So I don't know how you could do this with any other pedal, so don't ask. But this is how you do it with the Timeline and the Blue Sky from Strymon. All right, thanks guys.